Hey y'all, it's Ginger. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a watch me work video. I haven't done one of these in a really long time, and doing this video made me realize why. It's very hard to get the camera angle set up right to where it's not in my face. Yeah, difficult to do, but I enjoy watching these styles of videos, so I definitely wanted to make one for you guys and get a little bit of a different bit of content on my channel. I do a lot of gel polish swatches, which I love so much, but yeah, I wanted to do something a little different for, everybody, something for everybody. So I did a review video on Madam Glam's builder gels, the builders in a pot, or like they call them, builder in a jar. They're fantastic. So I'm going to explain to you what I'm doing on Amanda's nails here. She was my little hand model today and lets me pretty much put whatever I want on her, which is fantastic. So I was like, hey, let's put this Madam Glam builder gel on you. And she was like, okay, sure. So I'm going to explain to you what I'm doing as I go along here. And then I am focusing mainly on just this one hand. I cut out all the clips of the other hand, and I wanted to keep it in real time for you guys so you could really see what I was doing. So she has on some kind of a gel overlay. I think the last thing I put on her was Young Nails Fiber Keratin Gel, which is a fantastic product as well. I really like it. So I am debulking right now and trying to get that product down as thin as possible. Now, you don't have to soak off your product to put a new product on, especially if you're using the same nail tech. I don't like to put product over other people's work because, I don't know what's going on underneath. I don't exactly know what the product is, but this is all my work, so I am totally okay doing that. So I just wanted to get this base down really thin. Since the gel is cured, it is not an issue to mix gels. Hopefully that makes sense. So what I'm trying to say is, like, a lot of gel brands want you to stay within their brand and don't use like Young Nails base with some other brand in the middle and then some other brand on top. When you're curing, in between you got inhibition layer over inhibition layer over inhibition layer of different products. You can run into some issues because they're not all the same chemical makeup. They may not adhere well to one another, things like that. So when you're using gels, you do want to stay within the same brand. But like I said here, this is already a cured gel that's been on her nails for 4 weeks, and I'm just filing it down to a really thin base, and then we're going to build over top of that, which is totally fine to do. Hopefully that all makes sense. Please leave any questions in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. So you noticed also I was like running my finger on top of her nail as I was filing it, and that is to check for like high spots and also to make sure that the nail's not getting too hot. I want to make sure my client's comfort is of the utmost important to me, and that they're not getting a severe heat spike from the debulking, especially when I'm filing down so thinly. I definitely want to make sure that there's not any heat being generated from that bit onto her nail plate. And then, just, you don't always have to do that. Like, most of the time I'm just doing a backfill, so you're not going to get as much heat because you're not removing as much product. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm just going to ramble for a while, you guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, so normally when you just do a backfill, you don't remove as much product, but I was trying to remove a lot of product because I really wanted to use this gel and the color of the gel and build it up on the nail and blah, 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 all that. So after the debulking, I am going through and reshaping her nails. She wanted a little bit more of an almond shape. She's been on a little bit of a nail journey growing these out. She had them really short squares, and she's got extremely pinched C-curved nails to the point of where they almost like curl into her skin, and it really makes the product have a hard time staying on the sidewalls and on the free edge of the corners of a square. So I always find like an oval, round, or an almond work best with nails like that. That way it kind of helps to eliminate a little bit of that pinch in the free edge of the nail. And she likes an almond shape, so it worked out perfect. So I did a couple nails, and then I'm going to have her look and make sure she likes the shape. Let me know if I need to make any adjustments before I move on to the rest of the nails. I don't want to shape her all the way and then her not like them and then have to reshape every single nail. So just want to make sure she is happy with it. So she's checking now. And it's always so interesting to do another nail tech's nails because everybody has their own style of doing nails, but nobody wants to do their own nails. Trust me, I hate doing my own nails. But we all have our own like style and way to do it. So it's interesting doing another nail tech's nails. And me and Amanda, we've worked together for a really long time. I've been doing her nails for probably 4 years now, if not more. So I know what she likes usually, but as she's become a nail tech, she's developed her own style. So she really pushes me to do better and better. And I love that about her. So she likes her gel also to be like as close to her sidewalls as possible. I mean, as close as possible. So she's like, get it on the edge there. Don't forget to get it on the edge. Okay, so I'm just going to speed through the rest of the shaping really quick here. And I was making sure that the nails were even. And I also use this hand file a little bit to take care of lifting that I find on the free edge. I'm also going to go in with a cuticle bit and a sanding band here in a second. But first, I like to push back the proximal nail fold to really show all that dead cuticle, you know, get that pushback out of the way so we can get that dead cuticle off of the nail plate. So we're going to do that next. I have the best cuticle bit. It is a Erica's ATA. Is that right? Erica Sada. Those bits. Her cuticle bits are the best. I love them so much. And she has an uh-oh bit that is also amazing. So I would definitely highly recommend checking her bits out. So I go in one direction on all of the nails first. Again, I have cut out the other hand, but I also do the other hand before I switch the direction of my e-file to the other way. So I do everything first on every finger and then go back and do the next step on every finger. That will save you time as well. So again, I wanted to keep this in real time for you guys to see. She doesn't have a lot of cuticle on her nail plate. She likes to nip her own cuticles quite often, which sometimes make them a little sore when I do her nails, but she's aware. And then going back in the opposite direction. And the thumbs on like what is she doing with her hand? It's completely in the way. Anyways, the thumb on this hand, I tried to film it and I was out of frame every single time. So I just edited the thumb part out because it's the same as the other 4 fingers and you can't really see it. So I like to, when I go in the opposite direction with my cuticle bit here, also like roll up onto the proximal nail fold too to kind of roll it back out of the way. It'll bring up any dead skin that there is. I try not to nip with cuticle nippers unless I absolutely have to, unless there is like just a ton of overgrown dead skin in the way that needs to be removed. I really try not to use them unless I have to. I just don't feel like it's necessary to do it all of the time. There are some classes I really want to take. I want to take some e-filing classes, some Russian manicuring classes, and really improve my e-file skills. So something I am looking into for sure. All right, so the cuticle prep is done. Now I'm taking a sanding band, which I wish I would have used my Melody Susie, the really thin little tiny mandrels. Those are amazing to do this because she's got a smaller nail bed and it's a little hard to get into the sidewalls. Those little tiny mandrels are amazing for stuff like that. But I'm just taking this, I'm making sure that whatever is left of the gel is blended in seamlessly with her nail plate. And there are no other lifted spots. I get those with the sanding band as well. And I'm just making sure that we're completely debulked at this point too. I, again, am filling to make sure that the nail plate's not getting too hot as I'm doing this, and I'm being very gentle to not cause rings of fire. So I'm gonna let you watch the rest of that, and then I'll come back and jabber on about the next part that I do. Okay, so once I am finished with all of my filing, it's time to remove all of that dust off of the nails and get them ready for the next part. I use 100%, well, not 100%, it's like 91% isopropyl alcohol to remove the dust, and it also helps to dehydrate the nail plate. So now with this system, like I said, this is the Madam Glam builder gels in the pots. You need to put down a base coat. So I don't have the Madam Glam primer, and I know that the Young Nails Protein Bond works amazing under all of my gel polish manicures, so that is what I'm using as my primer. Again, that's the Young Nails Protein Bond. I'm going to show it to you right here. This stuff is like liquid gold. It's so good for so many things. And then I'm going in with the Madam Glam base coat. So you want to do a thin layer of base on the natural nails before you go in with your builder gels. Now, Madam Glam does have some nice products such as Rubber Base, which is like a base coat and kind of like a builder all-in-one. It's not as strong as the builders. You can't build like extensions with them, but they do really great for like a structured manicure on a natural nail if you're not trying to build length. So I mean, that might be a good option for you if you didn't want to use a system, but I love the builder gels. And yeah, so thin layer of base coat goes down on all the nails, and then that gets a full cure, and then you go in with your gels in the pot. Again, the thumb is out of frame. Okay, so we went with the shimmering Nude. This is one of the newest colors that they just came out with. I don't think it's super like nude or a neutral color. It's more of like a taupe. It has a grayish quality to it, but it is absolutely beautiful. It has such a stunning like little sparkle to it. Oh, it's so pretty. So the first thing I am doing is, well, I'm trying to get rid of the hair that I found on the nail. Where do they come from? I don't know. They just like float out of thin air and stick to the finger every time. But once your base coat is on and cured, I then like to go in with a very thin base coat of the builder gel. And that goes on all the nails really thin and then goes into the lamp for a full cure. Then we start going one finger at a time, building up the product to give a nice structured overlay to the nail. hope you guys are enjoying the video. Like I said, love watching videos like this. I've learned a lot from Watch Me Work videos. I mean, a lot. So I hope that I am helpful. A lot of the time I say, do as I say, not as I do. As you've seen, I was trying to wipe off a little extra gel that was on the tip of the nail with my finger. Don't do that. Absolutely do not do that. I don't wear gloves typically because, as you saw before, I was trying to feel on the nail, and I can't feel very well what's going on if I have gloves on. But if you're used to wearing gloves and working with them, that is a great habit to get into. So just go ahead. If you're just getting started with nails, wear those gloves, get used to wearing them. Don't touch the gel with your skin. So absolutely use your PPE, safety first, and do as I say, not as I do. Thank you, children. Okay, moving on. So once that base layer of the builder gel on top of the base layer of base gel is completely cured, we are now going in with our building layer. So you're going to see I work with this finger for quite a while. She has a bit of a ski slope, especially to her pinky nails. So I'm trying to combat that and make it look more normal. So if you get too much gel on, don't be afraid to wipe some off and scoop it back into your little pot there. And then I grab a detail brush to help me finesse the gel where I want it. But you see, I work with it for quite a while. It never ran into the sidewalls or the cuticle area. This gel is so lovely to work with. It's so good. It self-levels really well, but it doesn't run. I generally work with Luminary. It's the main gel I use on all of my clients. The adhesion level of it is like by far the best of any gel I've ever used ever for a structured manicure gel. But it's got a thinner viscosity to it, so it does run quite easily. So this one it's taken me a little longer to work with because I'm not used to the thickness of the gel. But you'll see me flip the finger or the hand over so the finger is upside down, and we let gravity do some work for us, which is very helpful. And it takes just a little bit longer with this gel because it's a thicker viscosity, but it does work very well. So again, like I said, she really likes her gel to be tucked, honey. I mean tucked right into those sidewalls, up in that cuticle area, like tucked. So she gets as much wear and use out of them for as long as possible, because sometimes it takes us a long time to get scheduled in with one another. We're both very busy. So finesse with our little detail brush, and then flip. And then I'm trying to get that gel right where I want it. And when I'm happy with it, it will go into the light. And then I switch hands. So I do the pinky on the left hand, and then I switch when that is in the light and do the pinky on the right hand. And then when the left pinky comes out of the light, I do the ring finger, and then I just go back and forth, hand to hand, finger to finger, one finger at a time. And that way you're constantly moving, working, and you're not wasting time. When I do my own nails, it's one hand at a time, one finger at a time in the lamp, and it takes forever. And that is another reason why I hate doing my own nails. So you saw I started on that pinky, worked on that one, it went in the light, and then when I was done with it, the next hand came out onto the next finger, and so on and so forth. So somewhere along the lines here, my camera dies a couple of times while I was trying to film this, because I was trying to film literally everything for you guys. So I do apologize. I think it cuts off after the middle finger, but I'm gonna let you watch me to continue doing this overlay, and I'll come back to you on the next step. Okay, so all of the nails are now finished, and I am going in with, again, my alcohol and a piece of paper towel and wiping off the tacky inhibition layer before filing. And then I like to go in with my sanding band and go over the nail, make sure that it's nice and even. If there's any high spots, I can debulk it with that. And then I'll go over it with my hand file to perfect the shape and, you know, get it just perfect. So as you saw when I was doing the overlay, I went in with a slip layer, nice thin layer all over the nail first, just like you were doing the base layer, and then curing it, but don't cure it, leave it wet. Then pick up your dollop of gel and place that down and walk it down the nail, and that really helps the gel to go exactly where you want it by putting that slip layer down. Gel follows gel, so it falls right into place. Like I said, this gel goes on like a dream. It's really great. It's a little thicker, so it takes it a little bit longer, which is great for somebody who's a little newer to using gel, because then you've got a little bit more time to work with it. It's not as runny, but with a little bit of patience, it just kind of levels right into place and looks so beautiful. So I was very, very happy with this product. I have another video up on it if you guys want to check that out a little bit more detail. Actually, there's two videos of their first launch of the builders in a pot, and then this one. So they have a lot of colors out right now, including a clear, which is fabulous for encapsulating glitters. So yeah, if you guys want to go check out those videos, they are up on my channel as well. And we are almost finished with these nails here. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I very much enjoy making it for you, and like I said, like watching content like this. So, oh look, the thumb was out of frame again. No thumb. And like I said, going with the finishing up here with the hand file, making sure everything is absolutely perfect. And then my camera cuts out here in a minute. It died. I lost all power. And then I was like, well, we'll just finish up with an outro video here later. And she had clients and I had clients. And then by the time she came back over, like 2 or 3 of her nails were misshapen because she bumped them with the file or the drill or something. And, you know, life of a nail tech, what can you do, right? But she's still wearing these right now. We didn't polish over them. We just left them the color of the gel, which is so beautiful. But you absolutely can. You can polish right over them. If you get your overlay on perfectly and you don't feel like you need to finish file at all, which you absolutely can do, you can go straight on top of that inhibition layer with your gel polish and go ahead and make the nails whatever color you want them to be. Do your art on top. You can go straight in and do that. Or if you feel like you need to, which I tend to like to do, finish file, you finish file and dust the nails off again, and then you can go in with your gel polish color. You don't have to leave it that color, but it is nice that these jars of gel come in all these really fun colors, so you don't have to polish them if you don't want to. You can just leave them the colors that they are. But that is totally up to you. Art with your heart, people, as I always say. And we are almost finished. What else did I want to say? I have a discount code for Madam Glam if you guys want to check that out. It's 30% off, or you can do their VIP program and get 50% off, which I highly recommend. What else? What else? If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know down below. I will do my best to link everything for you all. And like I said, I'm trying to make more content that's not just swatch videos. I do have some new gels coming that I'm excited to play with, so more than just Madam Glam, so that'll be fun. I like to try new things. Here we go. That's the end. So that is after she's had probably 3 clients. So, I mean, that middle finger, definitely she nicked it a little bit, but that's okay. We just put a top coat on over top of this color, you guys. It's so beautiful. Like I said, this is the shimmering nude, but it looks a little bit more taupey in real life. On her nails, it looks really, really pretty. It's great with her skin tone. I think it would go well with most skin tones, honestly. But they have so many colors. There's something for everyone. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Any other questions? I hope I addressed as much as possible, but if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below. I'm happy to try to answer those for you. I do try to respond to as many as possible. And I think that's it, guys. What else? Is there anything else? I think that's it. So yeah. Oh, she's showing us her pinched nails. But they look so much better now that they're this shape. So let me know if there's any other content you guys want to see, and I will do my best to get that out for you guys. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye.